So, you just bought yourself a new Jeep. Well, awesome. Let me just be one of the first to say, welcome to the family. But if you want your Jeep and that big financial investment that you just made last a good long time, then you need to listen up because I'm going to share with you the three major things that you must do as a new Jeep owner to get more life out of your rig than you would have possibly expected. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Once again, my name is Josh, and for those of you who have been with me for this whole journey, you know that on this channel, we love to talk about our Jeeps and about the fun stuff that we can do with these guys as far as modifications and playing off-road. But today, we're going to get a little bit more on the serious side. We're talking about getting the most life out of your financial investment. So whether you just bought a brand new Jeep or a new to you pre-owned Jeep, here's three things that you need to keep in mind right away that you should look at and do to make sure you get the most out of your financial investment. All right, so to start with, we're going to be at number three. And at the number three position on my list is going to be the alignment on the vehicle. Now, whether we're talking about a Wrangler, Gladiator, Cherokee, doesn't matter. Jeep is very unique in the way that their suspension system works. And although the common theory amongst most alignment shops and even a lot of guys at the dealerships is that your alignment needs to be set dead to 0-0, meaning zero toe in or out or zero camber in and out. That's actually not the case. Now, there is an entire video on this channel that is dedicated to the reason why I bring this up. A proper alignment on the vehicle is going to prevent premature wear of components such as your ball joints, your tie rod ends, your drag links, your track bar, and so on and so forth. Plus, on top of that, is actually going to give you a far more stable ride, avoiding the dreaded death wobble. There's a lot more information to be had on that subject, and I'm going to link at the end of this video as well as in the description below the video on how to set your alignment specs, but I'll put it up on the screen here real quick. This is a general rule, and we're not talking about camber, which most of the time cannot be adjusted, or caster, which a lot of times without major modifications cannot be adjusted as well. We're talking about your toe measurements, which is this section right here, and this is how the alignment should be set. Anyways, if you want more information on what I'm talking about as far as setting the alignment perfectly and preventing damage to the front end as well as that dreaded death wobble, then check out that video linked in the description below or linked on the end screen of this video. Number two on our list is probably geared more towards your pre-owned purchase than your brand new purchase. But listen up, because this is extremely important. General rule of thumb, when it comes to vehicles like the Jeep Wrangler, the Gladiator, even the Cherokee and Grand Cherokee, one of the biggest advantages is your freedom to take it off the beaten path, just like this. But what a lot of people don't consider is what exists off the beaten path. And that is elements that are going to be attacking your vehicle that are not normally attacking vehicles on a clear, dry day or on regular commuting to and from work. We're talking about sand, mud, dirt, water, rain, salt, even rocks, all kinds of different earthy elements that you are going to run into when you take it off the beaten path. So that being said, number two is going to talk about lubrication of your driveline. Everything in the driveline needs to remain lubricated, and most of them have service intervals, such as your differential fluids need to be changed every 15 to 30,000 miles, depending upon use, or transfer case, transmission, so on and so forth. But your ball joints and your tie rod ends, they've got grease fittings. They need to be lubricated as well. So the number two thing that I want to point out, if you want to get the most out of the driveline of your vehicle and avoid those typical problems that everybody talks about on the internet, you must keep it lubricated. Change the fluids in the differentials. Grease your ball joints and your tie rod ends and clean them after every single trip. Believe me, they'll last a good long time if you take care of them and maintain them while you're enjoying the beautiful features that this vehicle has to offer. I'm not going to get too deep into the actual lubrication of everything on the vehicle. In fact, I do have a series of videos on this channel that will dive far deeper into it if you want that information, and I'll link that in the description down below as well. But before we get into the number one thing that is going to ensure that your Jeep lasts for a good long time, I thought I'd throw in a little bonus tip here. So, most of your Jeep products are equipped with a four-wheel drive system. It's part of the benefits of owning a Jeep. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter to me what you use your Jeep for, even if you just want it to look pretty and drive it to work every single day. If you're not going to use it on a regular basis, you still need to engage this from time to time. So I would say once a month at the very least, or once every month or two, depending upon how often you use your Jeep, you should engage your four-wheel drive, four high and four low, just to keep the internals of your transfer case lubricated so that when you do need it or you do want to use it, that it's actually going to be there to support you and not fail right off the bat. Hey, if you enjoy what you see on this channel, but you want to experience a lot of this stuff in person, but you don't know how, that's okay. I have an avenue for that. Check out my website at www.jeepingforbeginners.com. That's Jeeping, the number 4, at beginners.com. We offer one-on-one classes, group classes for off-roading, overlanding, even Jeep maintenance. We give you the opportunity to experience in person and hands-on just how exciting this life can be. We're going to cover trails and obstacles anywhere from Arizona, Utah, Nevada, Southern California. In fact, we're even going to be out in Moab this year. So check us out. Jeepingforbeginners.com. I'll see you over there. All right, folks. So the number one thing that I want to talk about is going to be a maintenance item as well. And it's directly related to your powertrain. Now, it's going to seem simplistic and probably more like common sense for a lot of people, but here it is. Change your oil religiously. So here's what I mean by that. On a lot of your newer models, like your Gladiators, Grand Cherokees, the new JL Wranglers, so on and so forth, especially the ones that are using full synthetic oil, like the 0W20, Stellantis, Chrysler, or FCA, whoever you want to blame on this, is recommending changing the oil once every 10,000 miles. Honestly, folks, this is not true. In fact, this is actually more detrimental to your engine than anything. Now, the manufacturer chose to put that service interval in there because it lowers the long-term cost of maintenance, and it makes it look good on paper as far as the requirements by the federal government. If you want to follow what the manufacturer states of once every 10,000 miles, and it's still covered under warranty, if you have any issues, they are going to back up their product and they are going to take care of those issues. But the issues that is going to create, you're probably going to have once that powertrain warranty runs out on your vehicle. All right. What's the number one thing that people talk about as failures or problems when it comes to the Pentastar motor? Oil leaks, right? The oil cooler, the rear main seal, even valve covers, they leak. You know what? I've even heard the same thing being said consistently about the new 4-cylinder turbo. Leaks oil, especially through the turbo. But the reason that people are running into this is because they believe what the manufacturer is telling them on their intervals on when they should change their oil. So, although most oil products have come a long way since, we'll say, the 80s or the 90s, and they don't break down as fast, here's the truth behind this statement. Once every 5,000 miles is how often you should change that oil, or even sooner. Here's why, okay? Yes, the oil may not break down as fast, but the truth of the matter and what they're not telling you is that oil filters, the filters themselves that are designed to clean the contaminants out of that oil and keep it fresh and lubricating, they don't last 10,000 miles. No matter how you look at it, they barely make it to the 5,000 mile mark. Now, because the oil filter is on top, you could just change the oil filter every 5,000 miles and then change the oil every 10. You might be able to get away with that. But I've been in the automotive industry for a very long time, and I've tested this theory even myself, making it to 140,000 miles on my Pentastar before I had any powertrain issues of any kind. Change the oil far more often than what is recommended. Once every 5,000 miles keeps the oil clean, keeps the seals and gaskets that oil is touching lubricated, wet, and fresh, and it will prevent you from having major issues as time goes on. So, like I said, it seems simplistic and more like common sense, but the real truth of the matter is be religious about your maintenance on your vehicle. So, thank you so much for tuning in, folks. I hope that that's helpful information. And for those of you who have just joined the Jeep family, seriously, welcome to the family. It's nationwide. We all care about each other, and we all want to see you succeed and be happy with your purchase. If you have any questions about anything that I covered in this video, please feel free, put it down in the comments below. If you disagree with what I'm saying, then please put that down there too, because I would love to hear your opinion on what the most important things you need to remember to make your Jeep last. So, folks, once again, my name is Josh. This is Jeeping for Beginners, and I can't tell you how excited I am for 2025 and all the new things that are happening. If you haven't done so, please check out our website at jeepingforbeginners.com and join us for in-person reviews where we hands-on walk you through what you need to know to take care of and use your Jeep properly and the way that it was designed. So, once again, folks, stay safe, happy Jeeping, and we will see you next time. Okay, so I'm just standing here and I got the tripod set up and everything because I was going to shoot a segment of the video that I was doing for today. And out of nowhere, all right, this bird just comes flying and straight at the Jeep. It was totally epic. I totally wish I caught it on film, but he ran straight into the windshield and then flew off. Now I took a look at this. You got to see this. He actually hit it hard enough to break my windshield again. I mean, look at this. Here, I want to show you. If you look, let's see, right there. Yep. Now, of all the things to happen, I mean, seriously, what are the odds?